What's going on, everybody? We are finna get ready to get this show started as the Titans schedule has indeed been released, and you will be able to know now where all the teams are going, and who they're gonna be, who they're gonna be playing and when. So we're definitely gonna be talking about that, and um, and we're definitely gonna talk about, of course, the Titans beating Bertha, and that's going to be very interesting. And so we're definitely going to get into all of that. I'm going to be updating. I'm going to be updating the schedule as the show is going. So if there's a brief pause, it's because I am trying to update the schedule. Um, and I'm gonna put that graphic up for you at some point. So we're gonna get ready to get this show started. Come on in, everybody. We're gonna have a great time, and we're gonna get this show started in less than 60 seconds.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody?
What's going on, Titan Nation? Good evening. Welcome into a brand new edition of TNT Tonight. I am your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we are going to have a very good episode for you on this evening. Definitely excited to bring to you this show as we get ready. The schedule has indeed been released, so we're going to definitely get into that, and we're going to definitely we're definitely going to talk about the Titans' schedule, who they're going to play. There was some leaks that came out earlier. In the day, and of course now a lot of the schedule has been indeed released. So we're definitely going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the teams that are coming in, and we're definitely going to talk about that and more. And so some of the things have already been leaked out. We're definitely going to go into that. But first, what I need you to do is to share this show out. Go ahead and share the show to everybody. Let everybody know where they can come on in and be a part of this show and be a part of this schedule release party, as the schedule has been officially released. We know what's going to happen. We know where they're going. We already got a few people already coming in. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, what's up? DO9 was good. I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. CJ2K Post graduating in a couple hours. Congratulations to that. AZ Mick also. So make sure you bring in everybody and let everybody know where you could go. Make sure you, of course, you follow again on Facebook at TNT Enforcers, on Twitter X at TNT Blue Enforcer, and also on Instagram at Titans_in_truth. And as you come on in, definitely make sure you like this show. Go ahead and give a like to the show, and also go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit all under the bell. That way you'll know everything. Whenever I go live, you will know, and you will be in the know, and you can come on in and join us at any given time. So definitely glad to have y'all with us and everything, but we are going to have a very, very good show for you on today. Some of the news before we do get to the schedule, of course, we talked about Tyler Boyd, they agreed to a deal with Tyler Boyd. That is now official. That is now an official signing. So Tyler Boyd is officially signed. He is a member of the Tennessee Titans, and he will be joining everybody in camp next week. So welcome to Tennessee, Tyler Boyd. Welcome to the family, and definitely look forward to having you as a part of this organization. So shout out to Tyler Boyd on that. So right now, again, I am actually working on the schedule while we're doing it. And then, of course, also got to mention the Titans made another signing as well. They signed Nick Vanette, a veteran tight end, who was recently with the LA Chargers. He is officially signed now as well. So he will also be joining the Tennessee Titans as well. And again, y'all, at the same time, I am, definitely trying to get this schedule together. So I'm actually doing it at the same time. So everybody bear with me, but I'm making sure that we have this schedule up in due time. We got a lot of exciting games, and we're about to get into that. So let's definitely talk about another thing that happened during practice, and the rookies were in mini camp. The rookies were in mini camp this past weekend, and a lot of eyes were definitely on. A lot of eyes were definitely on one J.C. Latham, and for J.C. Latham and some of the other rookie offensive linemen, they got to meet a very, very special guest. And that special guest would be none other than Bill Callahan's new toy known as Bertha. Bertha is a big tackling sled for offensive linemen, and this was a Bill Callahan invention, actually. This is a Bill Callahan invention, and he actually sells them on the side to either other college or high school teams as well. If they need to do some work on the sled or on offensive line work, he sells them on the side. So I mean, hey, it's good. If you got a side business, hey, make your paper. Make your paper, sir. I don't, no shame in that game. Make your paper, boo-boo. So, that is definitely something there. And it's a big 380-pound sled. And basically what they're doing, it kind of teaches how to get leverage on a bigger defensive lineman, how to get leverage, how to drive. And J.C. Latham had a little bit of difficulty at first, but then, he got it moving. He definitely got it moving, and was able to do some work on that. So there was definitely some improvement. It's going to be very interesting to see how the other offensive linemen, Dylan Raiders, Peter Skoronsky, how they fare with big old Bertha when it's their turn. To work on her. So we're definitely going to find that out in due time. So we're definitely going to see about that and everything. But it was very interesting. Like Bertha and also a friend named Olga as well. So it's not just Bertha. There's also another sled in there named Olga as well. So that was very funny and very, very interesting, work that they were definitely putting in and everything. So that was very, very cool. I definitely, I like to see, camaraderie and things like that. And a lot of people think that that is a good marriage of Bill Callahan and J.C. Latham together, because that will help him tremendously in his development going from right to left tackle. So that's going to be, again, a very interesting development, a very interesting turn of events. So I definitely look forward to seeing that. Another thing that I also noticed, T'Vondre Sweat can freaking move. I mean, there is, he, for being over 340 pounds, he can move. He ain't no slowpoke or anything like that. So I was impressed with that as well. And I think, him and Big Jeff together, they are gonna be deadly together. As long as T'Vondre Sweat can stay on the field, more than 2 downs. And that's going to be something that's going to be the question. Can he last more than 2 downs? Can he be a 3-down player? Because if he can be a 3-down player, woo, you got something. You actually got something there. So again, I'm trying to work on this schedule really fast and everything. I got the rest of the games. I had a few already, but I am getting the rest as we speak. And so obviously there are some interesting games at the end of the rainbow, and there are also some at the beginning of the rainbow too. So we're definitely going to get into all of that. But I mean, this rookie class is going to have to come in and win immediately. They're going to have to do some good, and they're going to have to represent, and they're going to have to represent very, very well. So that is, something to definitely keep an eye on. And I am going to be cheering them on. And I think this team has a chance to be very, very good and be competitive in the Will Levis era. So I am putting the last finishing touches on the schedule. I got this one last game I got to put on here, and then it'll be complete. And then I will release it to you. And so some of y'all I know have already seen it and everything. So I am just making sure I have it all right. But yes, this is going to be a very interesting schedule, to say the least. And the Titans are going to have their work cut out for them in certain areas. So they're going to have to figure out and make sure they know how to win, because they're going to have to win. And let's see, I think I got it all. So I'm actually going to load that up right now. So I think I have the schedule complete. And so I'm going to be putting it out for y'all right now and give that to you. So the first couple of games, I know for a fact we have Chicago. We're going to talk about that. We got Chicago to open the year. Of course, we got some AFC South rivals to end the year as well. And so we're definitely going to get into all of that. And also any primetime games we have. I know we have at least one. And I'm trying to see if there is any more. I don't think there is. I think we have, looks like just one. Because I know we have a Monday night game against the Dolphins. We have a Monday night game against the Dolphins, and we have a late game against the Chargers. So yeah, right now only one primetime game. We don't even have a Thursday night game. Now, that could change depending on how good the Tennessee Titans are, and we're about to get into that schedule. We're going to talk about it and everything in just a moment, but everybody, I want to let y'all know how y'all feeling about the rookies before we do get into this. And also shout out to Man Hour Talk as well for having me on and things like that. I'm gonna have to get him on the show as well. Also, I'm gonna be opening up a new forum later this year to where you can come in and we could discuss the Titans, and we could discuss other NFL teams as well. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. That's going to be launching in the very, very near future. And, you know, I see I spelled release incorrect. That tells you we got screwed because, you know, I ain't even got my daggone spelling correct. I mean, come on, I thought I was good in school at spelling, you know? So I thought I was good at spelling, so I just messed that up. But we're going to get that fixed immediately when it comes to that. But the Tennessee Titans, I think, got shafted by the league again, and just they have no respect for us. And the only way we're going to be able to get any respect out of the league is we're going to have to win a lot of ball games, and we're going to have to win big in the playoffs at some point. We're going to have to make the playoffs. We're going to have to blow this league away. That's the only way we're going to get any respect, because I don't think the rest of the league respects us. And here is the schedule that the Titans have. So we're starting off week 1 at Chicago. So we already start off with Caleb Williams. His first pro game is against us. Now, we know guys like Corey Davis, Kevin Byard are already on the team, but this is going to be Caleb Williams, Roma Dunzier's first game. Keenan Allen's getting used to a new offense and things like that. So it's very interesting. We start off with Caleb Williams first. So that's going to be something in Chicago. I may actually have to make that game. Week 2, we're at home, our first home game against the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers comes to town, and that's going to be a very, very interesting game because it's going to be the wild card is Aaron Rodgers. We know the Jets have a very talented team, so that's going to be something. That's going to be something very interesting there. Week 3, another home game against Aaron Rodgers' former team. That will be the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Think about this game. You cannot give Love any momentum. We beat them. The last time we really had a significant win was Green Bay. And that was before, the undoing of Mike Vrabel and all of his cohorts. Week 4, our only primetime game this season, the Miami Dolphins. And you know the Dolphins are going to want revenge because they're going to feel like we embarrassed them on that Monday night game last year. A game that I wanted us to lose. I wanted us to lose that game. And so, I'm going to get to y'all comments in a moment of what y'all think of this schedule. But Miami, our only primetime game for now. Then they give us an early bye in week 5. Not a good time to have an early bye, because then that means you got to run the gauntlet the rest of the way. Week 6, now luckily we have a bye and then we have a home game right after that. That would be against the Indianapolis Colts at home with Anthony Richardson. So it's good to get him early. Then that way, it's good to get him early. early in the year within the first 8 weeks. Because, he's still going to be a bit rusty. He still hasn't really had a rookie season. And so maybe we can rattle him a little bit. Then we have a couple of road games at Buffalo, at Detroit. Now, at Detroit, I think could be a very good game. At Buffalo, I'm not very confident because I don't like our chances in that atmosphere. Week 9, home against New England. Week 10, a 3 o'clock kickoff against the LA Chargers. I'm going to try my best to go to that game because I kind of want to go. Then we're back home against the Minnesota Vikings, week 11. Week 12, on the road at Houston. And then week 13 in Washington against the Commanders. And all of that is around the Thanksgiving holiday. Of course, the Tech at Houston is after Thanksgiving. And then December 1st at Washington. Then we're at home for a couple of games against Jacksonville and the Bengals. I know my brother will be looking forward to that one. And then, of course, we go on the road against Indy, and then on the road against Jacksonville, and then we end against Houston. So 3 straight division games. If we're in the hunt for the division, all 3 of those games are going to be important. 3 of our last 4 games are division games, which could definitely tell what we're going to do. And that is a back-breaking end of the schedule to have those important division games. Now, the Houston game could be flexed because that could be for the division title. That could very well be for the division, and that last game is at home. So, there it is. That is our 2024 schedule. That is our schedule. That is who we play, and in the order that we're playing it. And so I need y'all thoughts. What do y'all think? Brandon said the primetime game. Yep, we only have one. Brandon says, well, dag. Steven says, tighten up. Trilogy, tighten up squad. Over Chicken says, this schedule sucks. And I believe that is a doubleheader. King I says, first 4. DO9 didn't expect any primetime games. Man Hour, of course, I know he's a big Kansas City guy. I'm like, because we know, like on NFL Network right now, of course, they're going to talk about the Chiefs. They're going to talk about the Ravens. They're going to talk about the Cowboys. All those teams are always going to get love. So, I'm trying to see what teams got the most NFL primetime, got the most primetime games. I'm trying to see who got the most. It ain't the Titans because they only got 1. And I'm going to tell y'all which games I'm looking forward to. And Man Hour, of course, is talking his crap. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. A bye in week 5, I do not like that. Of course, question, if y'all start 1-3 or 0-4, does Levis get benched? No, because we got to find out. Nick says, we always lose to the Chargers. Dang, tough schedule by Parker Davis. Brandon sees 10-7. Brandon is very, very optimistic. AZ says, I don't like it. Parker says, disrespectful by the NFL, only one primetime game with all the players we signed this offseason. That just tells you the NFL does not respect us. The NFL does not respect us. And the only way we're going to get any respect from the NFL is, is we're going to have to go out and win. We're just going to have to go out and kick ass. And we're going to have to beat some really good teams along the way. We're going to have to beat Detroit. We're going to have to beat a Buffalo. We're going to have to beat a Chargers. We're going to have to beat maybe we beat Jacksonville twice, beat Cincinnati, at least split with Houston or beat them twice. We're going to have to really have a good record to have any respect. That's the only way we're going to have to do this. Now, I will say some games right off the bat that I'm looking forward to. I may definitely try to go to that Jets game week 2, depending on my schedule, because I was actually going to go to, I'm planning on going to a game in Florida. My Memphis Tigers, my alumni, the Memphis Tigers are taking on the Florida State Seminoles at Doak Campbell Stadium. And I like the Seminoles too. So, I mean, that's something that I was kind of looking forward to. I'm trying to see if I can get some tickets for that game. But I hear the Seminole game very expensive. But I'm with Brandon. F them all. Go earn our respect. And that's the only way we're going to be able to do this. We're going to have to go earn the respect. We can't expect anybody to give us respect. We got to go and take respect. If we go out and start off, let's say, 4-0 in the first 4 games before the bye, some eyebrows are going to start getting raised. That much is true. So that Jets first game is going to be very interesting because it's the first game. The Monday night game, I'm kind of looking forward to because I'm like, I want to see if we can duplicate what happened last year, even though I wanted us to lose that game. And I know a lot of y'all have hounded me for that. The Bears is going to be interesting because I want to see Caleb Williams. I want to see what he could do. And that is a game I'm actually thinking about going to on the road. There's about 3 or 4 road games I'm actually considering going to. And so that's definitely going to be very interesting. I think that Bears game is one that's going to be very interesting. If we can kick off our season and rattle Caleb Williams, people are going to be talking more about Caleb Williams than about us. But we be sending a statement telling Caleb Williams, welcome to the NFL, kid. And so I look forward to that Bears game. Hopefully I'll be able to go. The Jets game, definitely Monday night with the Dolphins. That Detroit game, week 8, I am looking forward to as well. I am definitely looking forward to watching that one. That one is going to be a test. I definitely agree with Man Hour on that one. That one is definitely going to be a good test to see where we are. Again, the Chargers is a game I'm gonna try to see if I can go out there to LA and see that game. I wish that was maybe like a Sunday night game or a Monday night game because I could have then got out there. Definitely looking forward to Houston. Cincinnati is another one because I know me and my brother will go at it and talk crap. That's another game that I think I will definitely be in attendance with. So I think definitely the Jets. I think the Bengals is going to be another. I may go to that New England game because as much as I want to see the Patriots get their butts kicked. Because I hate New England. I hate the Patriots with a passion. But this schedule is weird to me because you start off with 4 very interesting games and then you end with 3 out of your last 5 games are division games. You play Jacksonville twice and then you got back-to-back on the road, Indy and Jacksonville and Houston. That ain't an easy way to end the schedule either. And then you got some good ones in between. Indy, Buffalo, Detroit is going to be a very decent stretch coming out of the bye. But I do think, possibly New England, Chargers, Minnesota, Houston, Washington. That is where I think we could start to get on a little bit of a roll. Possibly. But some road games I'm looking forward to. I think I might try to go. The Bears is one. The Chargers is another. Washington, because one of my best friends, she loves the Commanders. She loves the Commanders and things like that. Maybe a group of us go and enjoy that. And either Houston or Indianapolis. Parker says, I really think we start 2-0, a rookie quarterback, and the Jets have good players, but the coaching staff is terrible. That is very true. Only thing is, Aaron Rodgers is on the other side. And we got to be mindful of that. But all in all, this schedule is weird to me. Like, there's really no place where it's like you could really get a stretch of wins here. And there's like there's a tough sledding at the end. And there's also a weird beginning. Like, I look at this schedule right away and I think we start off at least 2-2. I think we beat the Bears. And I think we beat Green Bay. Miami, they're going to want revenge. And the Jets are a wild card. You know, Indy always going to be a tough game no matter who's at quarterback. Indy has given us trouble. Buffalo, I don't like that one in Buffalo. But I'd rather be in the first half of the year before the snow hits. And at Detroit is another one I might consider going as well. That one I'm thinking about too. You know, that's another one I'm actually thinking about is Detroit. Because, you know, it'll be indoors. It will be just a fun game to watch. And I think that would be very interesting. And so, again, I mentioned the Chargers and Washington. But there's about 4 or 5 games I might consider going. But I would probably, out of those 5, maybe I might try to see about going at least to 1 or 2. I would definitely do that. But I don't have a prediction right now as far as our record. But off the bat, I just think we beat Chicago. I think we beat Green Bay and go 2-2. I think coming out of the bye, I think we beat Indianapolis. So I think we're 3-2. That Buffalo game, I think we lose that one, and I think we lose Detroit. So I think we're like... I think we're like 3-4 at this point. I think we beat New England, so I think we get to 500. The Chargers have a new coach in Jim Harbaugh. So I think we may struggle in that one in LA. I think we beat Minnesota. So we're 5-5 going to the game against Houston. I think we shock and upset Houston in Houston, and we beat the Commanders. So right there, we're 7-5. I think we beat the Jaguars at home, so we're 8-5. Cincy, I think we lose because we just don't seem to have their number. They seem to have our number, so we're 8-6. I think 8-7 because I think the Colts get revenge. I do have this feeling I think we're going to beat Jacksonville again. So I think we go 9-7. I think we can go either 10-7 or 9-8 right off the bat. Parker Davis says, NFL is always hard, but what is the easiest game? That is a good question. No game is easy. I would say either the Patriots or the Commanders might be the easiest game on the schedule. But again, we don't know. But this schedule is weird to me. Very, very weird. And, but again, You know the NFL don't like us. And so we got to get out and earn our respect. They're not going to give us any more primetime games until we earn that respect. Now, I do think there are some games late that could be flexed, that we may have a chance of getting flexed if we're really good. The Bengals could be one. That Texans Week 12 game could be another, or the last game, because it could be winner in or win for the division. So it could be that situation. But I think the Bengals Week 15, the Texans Week 12 or Week 18, and the Colts. I think those are two games that could get flexed depending on how the Colts are doing. Now, I don't think the Colts, but I think the Texans definitely. Either Week 12 or Week 18, I think, could get flexed. The Bengals could probably get flexed as well. Especially if Will Levis is doing great, then you have that showdown, Levis versus Burrow. So, again, this schedule, I don't know how interesting the schedule is now. Man Hour does bring up a point. We got Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy. We got New England and also Washington. All of them, we're going to be playing the top four, almost 3 of the top 10 picks. We're going to be playing against Caleb Williams in week 1. We got to play against Drake May in week 9. We got to play against Jaden Daniels in week 13. And then we play J.J. McCarthy week 11. We should win all 4 of those games. Because I appreciate Man Hour mentioning that. We do play all 4 of those rookie quarterbacks. We do. We play all 4. So I would, now AZ Big says we always lose to rookie quarterbacks. Remember, that's under Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel never seems to have good luck against rookie quarterbacks. This could be different. We got to see how Brian Callahan and Denard Wilson do. And Denard Wilson is going to be a key in a lot of this. Because Denard Wilson is aggressive. He's going to get after a rookie quarterback. So that's something we have to think about. That's something that we have to think about. So, again, this schedule I think is just weird to me. But there are some good games that I am interested in, that I am excited about. But one thing about the rest of the rest of everything, of course, we kick off things with Chiefs Ravens on the 5th, on that Thursday night to open the season. And so I definitely look forward to that. That's going to be interesting. And then, of course, in Brazil, the Packers and the Eagles go at it. I was trying to see if any of the international games seem interesting. I don't. On Thanksgiving, of course, the Lions and Packers go at it. Cowboys, Giants on Thanksgiving. And then how the Packers hosting the Dolphins on Thanksgiving night when they're playing the Lions? Or is that, okay, that's the Bears. They got it wrong. So it's Bears, Lions, Cowboys, Giants, Dolphins, Packers. Which there were rumors at a time where they thought it would be Titans, Chargers on Thanksgiving night. I'm kind of glad it's not. Chiefs, Steelers on Christmas Day. And then Ravens, Texans on Netflix. That's Christmas Day. I'm trying to see who has the most primetime games. I'm trying to see. It doesn't tell me who has the most. And then we're gonna get ready to wrap this show up. But I mean, we gotta earn respect. And, the Tennessee Titans, we may be a team that nobody sees coming. And so here it is. I found it on Microsoft, on Sports Nation News. The Jets, here we go. The Jets, the Cowboys, and the 49ers have the most primetime games. They each have 6 primetime games. 6. So the Chiefs don't have the most. I'm shocked by that. But yes, the Cowboys, you knew the Cowboys. You knew the Cowboys were going to get a bunch of primetime games. 49ers, 6 I wouldn't expect, but I could have seen like 4 or 5. Because, the 49ers, they were in the Super Bowl last year. The Jets getting 6 is incredibly unusual. I know a lot of that has to do with Aaron Rodgers. Mainly that's why. Because it's Aaron Rodgers. That's why. And I just think that's pathetic. Why do the Jets get a bunch of primetime games? Besides Aaron Rodgers, maybe Garrett Wilson, who do they have? Now, they do have a talented roster and a very good defense. That much is true. But them having 6 primetime games is an atrocity. Over the Chiefs. I'll even take the Packers having more. I would deal with that. I would deal with the Steelers having a lot because the Steelers are a big-time bottle franchise. But the Jets? Really? We could have did a whole lot better than that, NFL. Dunce of the day goes to the NFL, giving the Jets 6 primetime games. So, Parker Davis says, I'm tired of seeing the Jets. Chiefs will be seen the most. Well, the Chiefs are going to get seen a lot. Man Hour says, Jets are kind of popular. Hard Knocks last season. A-Rod and a nasty defense. Now, they do have a good defense. I am not going to deny that. Parker D said, do you think Snead goes against DJ Moore or Keenan Allen? Probably a little bit of both. They're going to probably move them around. Because whoever, I think I could definitely see DJ Moore on either Awuzie or Keenan Allen I think Awuzie will be better fit to go against DJ Moore because I think he has the speed. I think Keenan Allen will be a better matchup for L'Jarius Sneed, in my honest opinion. D. Wilson's going to make Caleb cry even more. I think so. I think the defense is going to have to set the tone. So I definitely do see that. But, again, I'm going to give y'all the schedule one last time. Again, we start off with Chicago. In Chicago, then we're at home against the Jets week 2, at home against Green Bay week 3, on the road Monday night week 4 against the Dolphins. I believe that is a doubleheader. Then we have an early bye week 5. We're at home against the Colts week 6, week 7 at Buffalo, week 8 at Detroit, week 9 home against the Patriots, week 10 on the road in LA, week 11 home against Minnesota, week 12 in Houston, week 13 in Washington, week 14 at Jacksonville, week 15, home against Jacksonville, week 15 at home against Cincinnati, week 16 home against Indy, on the road against Indy, week 17 on the road against Jacksonville, and then week 18 at home against Houston to close out the year. And again, I do think we could go either 10-7 or maybe a 9-8. And Parker Davis, that game is actually at home, not in New York. But we can't take over the Jets. So I think with a new coach, with the additions we made, we have to get off to a good start early. If we do that, we will get some attention. We will definitely get some attention. But that's about it for the show tonight. Don't really have anything else to add on that. Obviously, the rest of the playoffs are still going on in the NBA and in the NHL. Definitely going to try to catch some of that as well. Definitely looking forward to in the WWE, the Queen and King of the Ring tournament. And also in AEW Double or Nothing next week, Memorial Day coming up. So I'm definitely going to make sure I am around. I will definitely be doing some shorts and some other things. Any other news that happens to come out with the Titans, especially on the 20th when the veterans join up with the rookies. They're going to have practice and things like that. And then, of course, we're going to be getting into the mandatory mini camps and things like that before they break off in mid-June. So there's still quite a bit in store that we're going to be talking about. So definitely stay tuned for that. And so I hope everybody had a very nice Mother's Day. Again, thank you to Man Hour for having me on the network. That forum, we're going to definitely have that coming out in the very, very near future. I guarantee you that. Again, if you haven't already, make sure that you like the show. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. Also, hit that subscribe button and hit all under the bell so that you can get the notifications. And also, if you just need to go back and catch some of the show, you can go and catch it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. Definitely make sure you do that as well. And also make sure you follow on Facebook, on Twitter, X, and Instagram. And until then, let's get hyped for this season. No matter how weird this schedule is, we're going to enjoy it. We're going to cheer our Titans on to victory. And we're in a new era. The Brian Callahan era, the Ranahan, the Calathon era, however you want to call it. Let Rand cook and let Callie and Bill Callahan get it together. And let's go win some freaking games. And at the end of the day, y'all, we tightened up. Because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.